Hello, everyone. This is Purpose People Praying Church. Every Monday, 5 a.m. prayer. Today, 5 a.m. did not happen. However, we're going to do it now. And that also ties into our prayer for today as well. But let's continue with the announcements. Every Tuesday, 1 p.m., we have our Testimony Tuesday, Minister Kendricks. We have our ministry study every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We have a power prayer every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Save that number into your phone and set an alarm so that way you don't miss it. Every Thursday, we have a devotional by Mr. Pollard, and that is posted on Facebook. Every Thursday at 7 p.m., we have People of Affirmation with Pastor Martin. And we also have our Let's Talk, and that is sporadic, and I have to ask the Lord what He wants me to do with that. And every Sunday at 10:30, we have our weekly worship that is done virtually. Now, we do hold some events, or sometimes we have things in person, and we let you know when that happens, like our discipleship classes. We have at 3 p.m. that's done virtually, but we also have a book club about Mountaintop Experiences, and whenever we have an event coming up, we let you know. We should have one coming this Saturday, I believe it's the 16th. Make sure you look at our Facebook page to see the flyers for the time and the location. Okay. And if you feel the need to give, we have Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, and PayPal. And if you need to contact us, we do have our email address, and I will post that back up here. It is ppclagrange@gmail.com, right where the PayPal is. Okay, so get these flyers off. Okay, so today we all know that things happen in our life, that things can be really tough. And regardless of what we're going through, regardless of how much so we are in our emotions and our feelings, things feel like it is just about to just explode, like the volcano is about to erupt. We still got to do our work, and we got to do it with the Lord. Times when we might get completely disarrayed, mixed up with the timings. Like, you remember the night before, like I did, that we had Monday prayer at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get it done, everything. And then completely just went over my head. So, but we still need to do it. And when you realize the faults and realize that you were on time, or you weren't on the task that God has at hand, you got to make up for it, right? So that's also with my prayer, because I know a lot of people are going through a lot right now, and you just don't know where you're going to get your next wave of energy. You just don't know how you're going to hold on. The only thing that you do know is some way, some form, somehow, God is going to do it. He's going to keep you, and He's going to do what needs to be done so that way you and your family can be okay. So that kind of ties into what Elijah had to do with when he was escaping Jezebel. And that's in 1 Kings 19. So 1 Kings 19, he had some problems with Jezebel, and they were trying to execute him, trying to kill all the prophets. So he had to run away, and God wanted him to go and deliver a word, and he just didn't want to do it because he was afraid. He was just done. He was tired. He was underneath the tree, asking God to take him away. He was ready to go. I mean, homeboy was ready to go. Okay, and how many of us are just so exhausted, tired? It's just like, Jesus, are you coming? Please come soon. I know we don't know the out of time, but can it be sometime, like real soon, our soon? you know. But Elijah, I mean, he was really trying to completely crumbled away. He wasn't eating, he wasn't drinking. He was just like, nah, the birds can get me. I'm good. And God's like, no, no, no. I'm going to send an angel. He's going to bring you some water. He's going to bring you some bread. And I need you to eat. So the angel came. He gave him the food. He gave him the water and said, eat. And then he ate it because he know he had to do it. He had to get the strength and everything. And then the angel did again. Gave him the water, gave him the bread, told him to eat. And that lasted him for 40 days. God sustained him off of those two meals for 40 days, supernaturally 40 days. I don't know about you, but after not eating, after that first week, I need something in my stomach. Okay, I did a lot of fasting in my life. I did a lot of intermittent fasting, all this other stuff that I did. And it is not easy. For 40 days, yeah, no. Nah, I can put you in the hospital or underground. Okay? So, what we're going to pray about today is no matter how hard of a time that we're having, that we remain obedient with God, that God gives us the strength and replenish us so that way we can keep going. For God has the answers. He sees the right way. He sees the things that are in need of. And it's not just for us, it's for also for him to utilize us so that way we can get that message delivered. Just like how Isaiah did. When he went there, he said, did what he needed to do, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. He got what he needed to say out, and the people heard what God needed him to say, and it all worked out at the end. Um, so sometimes we can't see the bigger picture, so we just want to be done, and instead of punishing ourselves and punishing others for disobedience, we still have to keep going. So I want to pray that God puts a covering over each and every one of us, a protection that blocks enemies, discouragement, okay? Blocks you from having doubt, self doubt, not believing, wanting to call it a quits before even your time, and not necessarily you committing suicide or thinking about anything like that or depression or whatever, more so of just being done with it all. Now, a lot of us we still love Jesus. We know the Bible, know the word. But it's like when you have warfare that's pushed on you so much so you just get so worn out and you just get so tired and you're praying and you're doing what God says and you feel like nothing's moving, or it's maybe you might have messed up a little bit and then you're like, okay, did I mess up this much? I gotta do it again and start all over. Like, it's a lot. So I pray that God keeps sorry y'all, that God keeps you guys and keeps all of us and myself to not quit, to keep going, to give us the strength, the encouragement, to restore hope wherever hope is lost, to continue to show us testimonies. We get such a hope and encouragement when we share our testimonies. It could save people, it can give people ideas, it could deliver, it could do so many different things. That could be our water and our bread. So continue to enlighten one another with testimonies. I pray that we all have a sound mind and that we are at peace, even through the storm, even through whatever obstacles. I pray that He blocks the arrows from hitting the target because the enemy wants to target us. That's what they do. They'll do whatever means it takes and use whoever it takes. And I pray that God strengthens us so that it's like it interferes with the signal, if y'all know what I mean. Like, let's say that there's a missile and the missile's coming at you, for God to intervene and interfere with the signal so that way it misses you, or it just complete turns around and heads back to its original location. So I pray that that happens. I pray that you have peace within yourselves, not just your surroundings, but peace within yourselves. I pray that you don't beat yourself up. I pray that I'm getting so emotional. Okay. I pray that whatever it is, that you keep going, you don't let go. You don't turn yourself away from him. You don't just say, oh, well, this is it. Because when you get to that point where you are just done and tired, that's a really low place. And it's not a good place to be in. So I pray that you don't hit the rock bottom. A lot of times people feel like they're at rock bottom. There's definitely a rock bottom. I pray that God pulls you up before you even get to that point. Do not let yourself get carried away in the waves. Don't let the currents pull you in. Not let the current pull you in. Just stay positive as much as you possibly can and know that God is with you. And do not fear. Don't worry about all the gossip and whoever's spreading lies, because you are a child of God. And if God calls you to be there, then you will be there and nobody can change his mind. Remember, God is the one who has the final judgment. There's no one that can say anything against you if God knows who you are. If God knows your heart and he has created you and he has put certain things in place for you, if he knows your name and you know his, then no one can say anything. No one can put judgment on you. The only one who can carry the judgment is God himself. So just remember that. So I pray that you have peace today and tomorrow, because this prayer is going to be going on for this whole week. I pray that any whispers or any type of controversy that is trying to form against you, I pray that God intervenes and it lightens the situation and justly so protects you and gets you out of it. And I honestly pray for everyone for that. But yes, I'm about to go ahead and head off here. I know this was quick. I know I've been taking long pauses. That's just because, again, I'm also dealing with it myself. Different situations that are happening, and you feel like warfare is coming from all different kind of angles, and you're just trusting and relying in the Lord for him to set things right and for certain things to not occur that it seemed like is leaning towards. So, when you fed up and you're hearing those around you fed up and you can't do anything to assist or help, you just have to rely on the Lord to not only help you but help them. And day and age now, even before, like this whole lifespan of when man first started, it just has been not easy. Mankind has gone through a whole lot of stuff, and only way it's gonna get better is when he sets it right. So just hold on. Just hold on. Don't let go. God has something in store for each and every one of us. We may not understand it. We may not agree with like how it happens, but he knows better. So we just have to trust in the process, stay strong and keep going and keep relying on him, keep leaning on him, keep resting on him, keep going to him for our each and every concern. All right, you all, we have a blessed rest of your night. And again, if you feel the need to give, we have Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, and PayPal. Every contribution, every sale, every tie goes straight into the ministry, whether it is with events, to cover traveling, hoteling costs, whenever we travel to for ministry. Okay, this is not our personal vacation. No, no. I don't even remember the last time I took a vacation. This is for ministry. Okay, period. And giving back to our community. Whenever we hold like our mountaintops experiences and all kind of stuff like that, this is all that costs Okay. Having business accounts, they all cost as well. So it goes straight to the ministry. Whatever God tells us to do with it, that's what we do. All right, you all. You have a great rest of your day. It's Minister Kia at Purpose People Praying Church.